Assalamualaikum everyone. We are here to look at the Tawaruq fixed deposit. Earlier, we were looking at the product disclosure sheet, the terms and condition, or I was illustrating the facilitation of the Tawaruq facility given the amount of deposit, which is $100,000 at 3% profit rate per annum, and leading to the value of the deposit at maturity, which is 103,000. So the placement is at $100,000 at 3% deposit rate. Thus, the earning from the deposit is $3,000. Thus, at the end of the maturity, which is a year after, the depositor can redeem the deposit at $103,000. So, in the sense that the Tawaruq FD is operating just like an interest-bearing fixed deposit, where at the end of the maturity, the bank, the customer, the depositor is able to claim the sum of the placement plus the interest income. So for Tawaruq FD, the product is able to do the same, but this time, because the Tawaruq is based on a sale, then the product is considered to be halal, and the $3,000 profit is considered to be lawful because the sale, the transaction is coming from a sale and not coming from a loan, which is visible in the conventional fixed deposit. So we would like to see how this is able to be, the practice of today in the Tawaruq deposit. So for this reason, we have to look at the two agreement in the Tawaruq FD, which is the master purchase agreement and the master sale agreement. So the master purchase agreement is basically the agreement to ensure that the depositor will be able to claim his or her deposit plus profit at the end of maturity. And the master sale agreement is the agreement whereby the bank is able to obtain the placement from the depositor. So the depositor will place a deposit amount of $100,000, and the master purchase agreement will ascertain that at the end of the maturity, which is 1 year, then the customer will be able to redeem the total placement consisting of the principal amount of $100,000 and the income of $3,000. So that is basically the main idea. But in order to realize those objectives, then the trading of the CPO need to be explained further. So in the master purchase agreement, the bank will purchase 100 ton of CPO from the customer at a price of $1,000 per ton. So that is the prevailing market price. But the purchase is a purchase where the payment will be made a year later or 12 months after the MPA. So this is like, as I say, the placement is made a year, then the customer will redeem the deposit amount plus income 12 months after that. And And then therefore we need to see what is the underlying process behind this MPA, Master Purchase Agreement. So what is the quantity of CPO that will be traded at what price? Okay, how much is the price? The price is $1,000, meaning that during the MPA, the prevailing market price of the CPO is $1,000. So that is okay. So the $1,000 is the market price, and the MPA is a real sale where there is a movement of title from the customer to the bank, and the price is based on the prevailing market price. So I don't have any issue with regards to the MPA. All right. And how do I get the 100 ton over here? It is very easy, because the amount, the purchase amount that was made by the customer from the vendor 1 is $100,000, and at the prevailing price of $1,000 per ton, thus the amount, the quantity of CPO traded is 100. So we can see here that the purchase price is 100,000. We know the price of the MPO, which is $100,000, and thus the quantity of CPO will be $100 per ton. So that will be the MPA, where the bank will purchase 100 ton of the CPO from customer for 103. Yeah, for 103, because the payment of this purchase will be made to the customer 12 months later. So this will be a credit purchase such that it will become the amount of money that the bank will pay the depositor when the deposit reach maturity a year later. Now we go to the master sale agreement, where the bank sell the 100 ton of CPO to vendor 2. From the MPA, the bank have acquired full ownership of the CPO. Then the bank, will, in order for bank to acquire the $100 placement cash, then the bank need to resell the CPO to vendor 2 at a price that is workable to the system, and that price has been the price that is used for the MPA, which is $1,000, from which the bank will be able to acquire a payment of $100,000 from vendor 2, which constitute the deposit placement. So when we have this MSA, which is based on a price of $1,000 per ton, that does not reflect the current price of the MSA, because the MSA is usually traded or executed after the MPA, maybe a few hours after the MPA, maybe a day after the MPA, and any price after the MPA, it can either go up or it can come down. You can see the daily price of the MPO. It will fluctuate up and down. But by having the MSA price to be at $1,000 per ton, this has certainly violated the sale, because the price is not based on market pricing, but it is based on a price agreed upon by both parties. So there is some coercion or some artificial price that was agreed upon by the system to ensure that the objective of the product is actualized, and it will not bring instability to the Tawaruq product. But then when this is pursued, to ensure that the product will meet its objective, but then by not using the right manner or the right rule in a sale, then we can see that to some extent the rule of sale in the MSA has been violated, because the MSA price must be based on the prevailing market price when it was executed after the MSA, after the MPA. Right? So very important number here. Number 3, Tawaruq deposit uses one price for MPA and MSA, that is $1,000 per ton, whereas the true way would be that the price of the MSA and MPA must be different because of the timing of the transaction, where MSA usually take place after MPA, and the price of the CPO after MPA can be higher than 1,000, it can be lower than 1,000, and that will somehow produce a different income or a different value of the different value of the MSA, whereby the bank may be getting more than 100,000 or less than 100,000. Okay, we can stop here. Then I'll see you inshallah later. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.